if you're a coach or consultant that isn't taking down 6 figures a year yet, then you're going to want to tune into this video, because we're going to go through an exact 5-step linear system to help you get to that 6 figures per year. And just a heads up, this isn't me just talking about things from the point of view of being a coach and now being a marketer. I'm talking from the experience of so many experts, coaches, consultants, and course creators that have worked with us over the past 3 years to hit 6 figures, and even some that have gone on to hit over 7 figures per year within that expert coaching or consulting business. But before we go any further, if you haven't done it yet, hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell if you want more videos like this. I drop 2 deep dives like this every single week to help you get more leads and sales into your business. And if you're a really great human, then go ahead and hit that like button on this video so that you get more videos like this, and also this video gets seen by more people just like you, but obviously not your competitors. And just before we go into the 5 steps here, let it just be known that there are many ways to get to 6 figures. Even the toughest ways to get to 6 figures can work. They might just not be the most efficient. And this is a system right here, a really simplified system that so many people are using right now with really high success rates to go through and scale their coaching businesses to 6 figures or above. And so let's dive into step number 1. This is something that comes up so often whenever somebody comes into our private coaching, where I get to work with people not only within a group format where they do get access to me within my other programs, but private coaching clients, and we get one-to-one calls together. And the kickoff call, I always notice that this is a really key thing for me to address really quickly. Do they need any work here or do they not? And that is all about your identity and the believability around hitting that 6-figure mark. I cannot stress to you enough, from the point of view of somebody that comes from no money, that is a Highlands of Scotland boy. I lived in a place that had more sheep than it had people, like that type of scenario. I was even speaking to my dad the other night, and he was talking about this business that I built over the last like 8 years, if you take into account the consulting side before the coaching side. And he was saying, you've done it all yourself. We would have loved to have helped you, but we didn't have any money to give you. And he was laughing about it. And I was like, yeah, but I love that, you know? And the thing is, when I was going into sort of consulting and coaching, I was scared to raise my prices. I was scared to have any sort of premium price point. I wanted to be the cheapest of the cheap. And it wasn't to try and acquire more customers. It was because I felt awkward about it. The worst thing about this and the identity thing was I believed I was broke, okay? I believed I was somebody who didn't have any money. Now, when you're that person and you identify as somebody who is broke, who doesn't have a lot of money, what tends to happen when you start to have a decent level of success and you start to bring in a lot of money, you, for some reason, find ways to spend it. You're trying to find ways to get this money out of your bank account because it feels awkward, because it's not you. Now, this might sound like a bit wishy-washy. I cannot stress to you enough the difference that this has made in private clients that I work with every single week. I can even talk about 2 people that joined last week. So Mark and Ronan, if you're listening, you went through the exact same thing here, where you came in, neither of them had a high ticket product, okay? Both of them were selling low ticket coaching in a big group format, very low price point, and they came into private coaching because I said, I believe that you are worth a lot more, that people would pay for your premium products, and I want to help you build out what that premium price product is, and I want to help you sell it. Now, within 7 days for both of them, Mark had something like 18 calls booked or 20 calls booked or something. I think Ronan had like 23, 24 calls booked. And both of them had cash collected somewhere in the region of 3.5 to 5K of sales in the first 7 days of us working together for a brand new product. And within that first call, I was saying, I can tell you're awkward about this. I can tell you don't believe you can charge the premium prices, and you don't believe that other people are going to want to pay them. And I said, here's what I'm going to tell you. This is the lowest that the price is ever going to be. What we're going to sell it for now is the lowest it will ever be. This is our entry pricing. Over the next 6 months, we're going to actively be increasing the prices here and working out where that sticking point is, where it's the perfect number where you get no's because people can't afford it. But the people who can afford it and the people who are perfect to work with you are able to invest at that level with you. And the big thing here is, first of all, identity. Do you identify as somebody who doesn't have a lot of money or something like that? That can massively hold you back, even if you're bringing in the money, because you try and get rid of it. But second of all is the believability. Can you get to that number? Now, here's the big thing about six figures is when it breaks down, it's £8,333 per month, okay? And if you're used to selling low ticket, low price products and services, then that might sound like a really big number. I need to acquire all of these people every single month and I'm always going back to the start. On the other side of it, if you have high ticket products, then you might only need 2 people, or you might only need 3 people, or 4 people, or 5 people every single month. And it's much easier to hit those numbers to acquire 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 people per month at a higher price than it is to acquire 200 people per month at a very low price, okay? So the first thing is just to get your identity straight. Tell yourself, I am a 6-figure coach. I can be a 7-figure coach, okay? And raise your identity within yourself before then going in and mapping out, how am I going to get to £8,333 per month or better every single month? And with that high ticket product, it's going to become a lot easier, which is what we're about to go into. And so step number 2 is that single premium price product. And when I say that single premium price product, the reason I say single is because it should probably be the only thing you're focusing on. If you already have really successful lower tier products, I'm not saying to ditch those. They can be a perfect lead gen and it can be a great way to sell the premium price product. But if you're a brand new coach, you should probably just be focusing on getting a handful of people into your products and services through a single premium price product. And so we already sort of went through this in the last part here, sort of merged into step number 2 here about the single premium price product. But the key thing that we were going through was about how you don't need to sell 200 people into a very low price product. You can just sell 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 people into a higher price product to hit the exact same number. And the funny thing is, it's so much easier to do the latter, to find just a handful of people that would be willing to pay a higher price than finding 200 people that would be willing to pay a lower price. Now, why is that? First of all, there's price perception along with this. So you'll probably find that a lot of people will see things that are priced really low and not see them as a bargain, but they'll question how premium and how good can the service really be when it's at that price point. The second thing, and this is really key, is that there is a massive jump between giving something away for free and getting somebody to buy something. But there isn't a massive jump between getting somebody to buy something low ticket and getting somebody to buy something high ticket. It's just about being in the right conversation, okay? It's as simple as that. So if you're trying to get 200 people to get their card out and put their card details into something so they can get access to something, it's not that easy, especially when you're a brand new coach and you don't have a massive social media following, you don't have a big email list, and you don't know Facebook ads inside out. It's not that easy. Whereas when you are just trying to sell a handful of those higher ticket products and services, you only need to be in a handful of correct conversations to make exactly that happen. But when you've got that single premium price product, then the third thing here, and this is really, really key, especially if you are a newer expert coach consultant or don't have a very good social media following, it is about getting content. Now, let it be known, I'm not saying that if you want to scale your business really, really quickly as an expert coach consultant, that the actual thing that is going to make it happen is the content. The reason why we put out the content is because, yes, it grows your audience. Second of all, if you have the right audience, even if it's only 200 people, 300 people, we've had somebody inside the private coaching with 300 people following him go from below £1,000 per month to a 16.9k month in the space of 3 months, okay? So it's not, and he wasn't using paid advertising, by the way, okay? So it was from that Instagram following, which is now, I think, like 600, and he is absolutely flying on course for 20k month upcoming. So it's not about how many followers you have, but the right followers there. But the other thing with the content is it actually affects everything else. If you put offers out there, they're going to look at your content first. If you DM people and use that as a strategy to get into conversations and sell people on the back end, they're going to look at your content. If you're talking on Clubhouse right now, which is big for a lot of people, what are they going to do? They're going to click down below, go through to your Instagram and see your content. If you're running advertising for something that is high ticket, what do you think they're going to do if they know they're about to go into a call where they could be discussing something premium? They're going to look at your content, okay? So we're putting out the content there, sure, to grow the audience and to move them through the know, like, and trust and allow you to put great call to actions out there and generate leads and sales. But it's also because everybody else in any other way that you're trying to lead gen for your business, they're probably going to look at your content before they decide to work with you in a premium price one-to-one format. But once you take that third step there, content as a sort of done deal, you've got your system in place to create enough content where you're posting about once per day on Instagram, Facebook, and depending on your niche, it could be LinkedIn, Pinterest, whatever it may be. The next thing that you really want is your repeatable, profitable, and scalable system. Really, really key here. So many experts, coaches, consultants, course creators, and so many other businesses are trying to do 100 different things at once, and they're recreating their marketing plan every single week. They're going, nothing happened last week. I worked my ass off. It's still not working. I need to reinvent the wheel again, okay? And they keep reinventing it. They're working so hard and they aren't getting any leads and sales, right? And it's because they haven't said no to all of that mess in their head and everything that's distracting them and narrowed things down into a single, repeatable, profitable, and scalable system. Something that works, something that can be optimized, and something that can be scaled and used every single month, okay? So that you aren't reinventing your marketing every week, you're not reinventing your marketing every month, and maybe you're not even reinventing your marketing every year. Your profitable, repeatable, and scalable system can just be optimized and scaled to reach more people when you have it up and running, okay? And so that's the key thing you want to focus on. What can some of those be? Maybe you use free challenges or paid challenges to get people to engage with you. It allows you to sell on the back end. Challenges are amazing for growing your audience very quickly, getting people to buy from you, even high ticket, without sales calls in a short space of time. We had Ollie recently take down 14k on the back end of his very first challenge. We had Jen and Emma doing 16 high ticket fitness online coaching packages 2 days before Christmas. Fitness coaching, high ticket, no sales calls. Challenges are amazing, okay? And then on the back end of it, everybody who didn't convert, even though you're already wildly profitable, everybody that didn't convert joins your email list as an amazing email subscriber. Somebody who's been through an immersive experience with you, who will open emails, click on links, book calls, buy stuff, and all the shebang, okay? So that's an example of a repeatable, profitable, and scalable system. We've also got application funnels, lead magnet funnels, live webinars. There's so many different things that you can use, but you want to zero in on one of these things, okay? You want to find what is the one that's going to be right for you, that you can repeat and rinse and repeat every single week, every single month to bring in more people and make more sales and get you to the point of 8,333 every single month. And step number 5, and I stress a small handful of organic and email strategies that are wildly successful and are also repeatable, okay? Now, what I mean by that is there's a million different things you could do with social media, okay? There's a million different things you could do with Instagram alone. There's a million different things you could do with email, okay? There's a million different angles for this style of email. when to send this, that, the other, but you want to find just a handful of wildly successful systems or strategies, if you will, that you can use more than once. That isn't use once and then, well, I can't use it again because it was a one-off type thing. You want things that you can use daily, weekly, and even some things that are really successful that you can use every single month as well. Now, within our whole private coaching system, we have everybody optimized for one single, repeatable, scalable, and profitable system. And then we give them the perfect cherry-picked organic and email strategies for them that are repeatable, that they can just use our scripts for and go out and get insane results. Now, why is this so important? Well, we don't just want to rely on one singular system. That thing is our overarching big thing that is repeatable, profitable, and scalable. That is super, super important. But we also want to have multiple sources of leads and sales coming in throughout the month. This might even be when you're not running your challenges, not running your application systems, or whatever it may be. This might be other times of the month, or it can just be supplementary, bringing even more qualified leads and sales into your business. Now, most people come in and book a call with us and come into the private coaching purely so that they can set up their profitable, scalable, and repeatable system. However, even though every single person does exactly that, probably within the first 2 or 3 weeks, we always get them off and running with a handful of our cherry-picked organic strategies for them. And just in the last week, we had Tara come in and make over 10K of sales in her first 5 days with us. We had Mark make 4.5K within 7 days or 8 days. We had Ronan within 5 days make 3,700 and something. We had Gary, who hadn't had a sales call in 6 months, come in, use one singular organic strategy to get somewhere in the region of 20 something book calls, but he cash collected 4,400 when he hadn't had a book call in 6 months. So these are not to be turning your nose up at about like a social media post or an email or this, that, the other. These things, when they're tried and tested to death, when they're scripted, when they're copy and paste for you, are absolutely insane. And the key thing is, none of these things are one-offs. You want anything that is repeatable, that is profitable, to be used more than once within your business. So as a quick recap, number one, identity and believability. You need to change that identity from somebody who believes they're not a six-figure coach, that believes they might be broke or something along those lines. And you need to believe yourself that it is possible for you to become that six-figure coach. And one of the easiest ways to do that is actually to do the maths and say, I don't need to generate 6 figures. I only need to generate £8,333 per month. And if you have that high ticket offer, that doesn't mean a lot of people. That isn't a lot of conversations that need to be had to make that happen for you. And so that brought us into number 2, which was all about having that single high ticket product that you can sell to a small number of people and hit those goals that we're looking for to turn your business into a 6-figure coaching business. Number 3 was laying the foundations for all of our marketing by getting our content right. So our content that's going out there is highly valuable. It's showcasing you as the expert. It's building your authority status, and it has plenty of great logical call to actions within it for people to take the next step with you. Number 4, we're planning out what your repeatable, profitable, and scalable system should be for you, something that you can build once in a short space of time, optimize it, and then it just becomes about doing it more often and at a higher frequency. And then finally, number 5 was all about having complementary organic and email strategies that are not only just used once and super effective, it's also about having repeatable systems in your organic and emails so that you're not reinventing the wheel there either on a month-to-month basis. Now, if you want to map this whole thing out absolutely custom built to you, we actually build this out with you in our free 72-minute mini course that I'll link down below. You can get access to it completely free. It's 5 videos. We go through all of these systems, tell you why this would be good for you or bad for you, so that you can cherry pick the ones that are specific to you. I would highly suggest that you go through, get that completely for free, and you'll actually leave that 72-minute mini course, and it's a private portal. It's not just a webinar. It is a 5-step mini course that you can get access to. It's going to become a paid product. So click below now. I'm realizing that somebody might even click through in a couple of years' time and it'll no longer be free. But right now, click below, go through, get it for free, go through that, and you can build out this system yourself. And if you want help building out this system and to really fast track it, just spend 15 minutes with us personally. Me or my team will sit down with you for 15 minutes and map out what your repeatable, profitable, and scalable system should be inside our lead generation, audit, and strategy sessions. These are down below. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, neilshoney.com/call. You can go through, you can book the perfect call time for you, fill in a really short questionnaire so that we have context and can make this amazing for you, and we will see you on that call. And if you simply just want to make sure that you never miss any videos like this ever again, then hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and if you're a really good human, go through, hit that like button on this video because it helps get this out to more people just like you, but obviously not your competitors.